One Arranged Murder by Chetan Bhagat. Chapter 1. Where did the milk go? I said. Empty Amul carton in one hand and free store in the other. Back in the cow, Saurabh said. He sat on the sofa, tying the laces of his new, sparkling white sports sneakers. His fiancée, Prerna, had given them to him 4 months ago. Of course, Saurabh is more likely to enter a ladies' hostel by mistake than a gym. It's not a joke, Saurabh. It was a full carton. Now I can't even make a cup of tea. I had biscuits in the afternoon, Saurabh said, attention still on the shoelaces. And I don't like my biscuits dry. You dip them in a liter of milk. I used what was there. I shut the fridge in disgust, threw the empty carton in the dustbin, and sat on one of the dining table chairs, staring at him. I'll get another packet later, and as we discussed, let's avoid talking. Message me if there's something important, Saurabh said. Like a 12-year-old, Saurabh had stopped talking to me. Even though we lived together, we communicated mostly through messages. I WhatsApped Saurabh, even though he sat 7 feet away from me. I want milk now to make tea. Saurabh looked up from his shoes to check his phone screen. He saw my message but ignored it. He pulled up his socks, stood up, picked up his wallet from the dining table and put it in his kurta pocket. The olive green Fab India kurta made him look like a baby elephant, especially with his thick black woolen sweater over it. I typed another message on my phone. Please respond. He typed a response. In a rush, we'll sort this out later. He opened the Uber app on the phone. Damn, no cabs. Uber or Ola, he said out loud after swiping away on his phone for 5 minutes. What happened? I said, looking up from the dining table. I didn't speak to you, he said. Nobody else in this room. Did you speak to the wall? Let me be, Saurabh said, fumbling with his phone again. Do you want me to book a cab for you? I said. No, and please don't talk to me. Saurabh, time you stop sulking. He ignored me and kept staring at the phone screen. I can book, I said, but he interrupted me. Keshav, we have 2 months before the lease ends here. Until then, can you please stay out of my way? I said sorry enough times. Saurabh shook his head, eyes still on the phone. I will take an auto. Damn it, I will freeze in this cold. Saurabh mumbled to himself and stormed out of the house. I continued to sit in my house, staring into space, aware of the silence left behind by Saurabh. Hi, I am Keshav Rajpurohit, and I am not a particularly nice guy, not emotional either. I don't believe in love. I use Tinder to meet girls for the sole reason of having fun with them. Oh, and I am quite good at it. I slept with 10 girls last year. And as you just witnessed, even my flatmate doesn't want to talk to me. Saurabh and I used to be best friends. Now he hates my guts and is waiting for our flat lease to end. It is harder to break up with a best friend than with a girlfriend. Why did it become this way? Well, I am a dick. I don't blame him for wanting to move out. Saurabh and I both work at CyberSafe, a cybersecurity company. Working together complicates things further when you have had a fight. Anyway, like any other corporate job, CyberSafe sucks. My real passion is the little detective agency Saurabh and I own as a sidekick, Z Detectives. We started it after we solved a murder case last year. Z Detectives is located in the Malviya Nagar market next to Kirana shops. We don't get exciting cases. We aren't James Bond. Rao and Ivy don't approach us for help with international terrorists. We don't even get any hardcore criminals. Most of our inquiries are from aunties in the area suspecting their maids of stealing their gold necklace or their husbands of having an affair. Apart from the occasional robbery, When someone's laptop or cell phone is stolen, Z detectives is a tame affair. Hell, the one thing I want is for us to get a real juicy murder case. Turns out Delhi isn't quite the crime capital it is made out to be. My phone pinched. Message from an unknown number. Need urgent help on a case. Who's this? What's about it? I replied. Myself Pramod Gupta. I suspect my driver has not been filling petrol for the money he takes from me. I threw my phone in disgust. I would deal with this nonsense later. I thought about Saurabh. Why was this fat so oversensitive? Prerna had made him that way. But no, nobody can say a word against his fat to be bright. Yeah, I call her fat. Fat just like Saurabh. Am I body shaming? I told you, I am not so likable. Anyway, what's wrong in calling a fat person fat? And why the hell do I still care about that fat so? And why can't I make a decent cup of tea? And can someone please kill someone in this city? I really need a good case. Okay, so let me tell you what happened between us. Of course, this is my take. 6 months ago, Saurabh went into an Uber drive to get married. Now, I have nothing against arranged marriages. It was I who took Saurabh's profile picture from his thinnest angle or his least fat angle for the matrimonial websites. I wrote his bio as well. I am Saurabh. I am a well-placed IITian with an easygoing, fun-loving personality. I work in a multinational software company and live in South Delhi. I like food and lots of food and even more food. I also enjoy alcohol and my idea of a good weekend is sleeping for 2 days straight. Of course, Saurabh had kicked my butt and deleted the last 2 lines. He replaced it with decent family from Nagpur, no dowry, prefer a well-educated and ambitious career woman. I ran my hand over the dining table. Saurabh had first video called Prerna from here. After several failed attempts, Saurabh had finally met someone he felt excited about. He had planned to give her a quick 2-minute call, but they ended up speaking for 2 hours. I am so sorry I delayed lunch. This went on longer than expected, Saurabh had said when he finally ended the call. She's the one, I said. Really? How do you know? You gave her food for her for 2 hours. If that's not true love, what is? Turns out I was right. Saurabh fell head over heels for Prerna Malhotra, the only daughter of Ramesh and Neelam Malhotra. She lived in a Punjabi joint family in New Friends Colony. She was what Saurabh wanted, ambitious and career-minded. She had her own startup and it was doing really well. It's called Ito, curated food delivery, Saurabh told me. Like a hand-picked Zomato. They taste the dishes and tell you the tastiest ones to order. I can see why you like us, I said. It had to be about food. Yeah, told you I like career women, Saurabh said. Of course, I said. Over the next few months, Saurabh and Prerna dated, if you can call it that in an arranged marriage situation. Maybe arranged dating or arranged courtship, if there is such a term. Soon the two were more in love than any love marriage couple I know. It's like meeting Prerna rewired Saurabh's entire DNA. One night I heard him talk in a sing-song voice mothers use for 6-year-old infants. Ole, my Prerna Babu, you became tailed. Why you are working so hard, my Shona Babu? He said. I almost puked. He also had to see the transformation in the way he dressed. Gone were the t-shirt and pajamas, Saurabh's official costume. In came full-sleeved collared shirts. He even wore Calvin Klein night shoes to bed. The entire room smelled of aftershave as we sat down for dinner one day. Is that Cologne? I said. Yes, Saurabh said. Were they distributing it for free? It's always nice to smell good. And you realized it just now. After 28 years of living your life cologne free,